Hello, I'm Lawrence Owen, and this is Sportscaster News. Ronnie Lott, the great safety from the 80s San Francisco 49ers, actually compares Kyle Shanahan to Bill Walsh. In an interview, he was talking about how Shanahan and the Niners were very similar offensively, scheme-wise, as what Bill Walsh was. He said, to me, they're there. They're there on the offense, and the reason I think that they're there on the offense is that I've said this. Kyle is our version of Bill Walsh. I think he's the most innovative, one of the most innovative guys in pro football when it comes to the offense. Now, as much as I love Kyle Shanahan, what he's done, at least last year, I mean, he took that team to 13-3, went 2-1 in the playoffs, lost in the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs. Very, very impressive. But he's got to go a lot further to be compared to Bill Walsh. I mean, Bill Walsh. We're talking about a guy who went from 1979 and took a 2-14 team all the way to 1988. 1988. With a total record of 92-51-1, or 92-59-1, had a 609 win percentage, won 3 Super Bowls, was 10-4 in the playoffs. I mean, come on. That's 10 years, 3 Super Bowls, had over a 600 win percentage in the regular season and a 700 win percentage in the postseason. Kyle Shanahan, now, granted, he's only had 3 playoff games, and he's close to him on that percentage at 667, but it's only 3. We can't tell yet. He's only went 3 times. He's only had 3 playoff games in 3 years. And his regular season in the 3 years that he's been in the NFL as a head coach of the San Francisco 49ers is actually below 50%. He's 23-25. All right? Just went to the playoffs last season. Now, there's a couple guys I think would be better suited to be kind of in that same Kyle Shanahan-esque looking. Let's look at Mike Vrabel. All right. For the Titans. In 2 seasons, 18-14. Yeah, that's a winning percentage. The exact same win percentage in the playoffs as well. In 2 seasons, he's played 3 playoff games. It's 2-1. His only loss, Kansas City Chiefs. Kyle Shanahan, also 2-1. Only loss, Kansas City Chiefs. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, well, that's not the same. Kyle Shanahan, he's made his innovations off of, his offense. Mike Vrabel has too. They pretty much have a very similar offense. They are run-based with a quarterback that is a high game manager. Jimmy Garoppolo, Ryan Tannehill. Very game-managing quarterbacks. Both teams looking very, very similar. Good defenses. Good run game. Game-managing quarterbacks. 2-1 in the postseason. Both losing to Kansas City. That's about it. Now, would you consider Mike Vrabel Bill Walsh? Heck no. Heck no. Not yet. He ain't earned that. That's like, Vrabel came from the whole Bill Belichick tree. Is he Bill Belichick? No. He ain't. He's got 2 seasons under his belt. Kyle Shanahan has 3 seasons under his belt. You're still here? Awesome. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoy it, please smash that like button and hit subscribe. That way, you're known when I come up with a new video here on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. I plan on going live starting this Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Conversations, man. You want to know what we're going to have that conversations for? Right down here where it says Twitter, type that into your web browser. Give me a follow. Everything that I talk about, anything that I am getting ready to post, any kind of video that I'm getting ready to stream or upload, you'll find out when I type that right out there on Twitter, man. Don't forget sportscaster.com. That's my actual job. That's where I work, right? I am Sportscaster NFL News. Me, Joe Nubo, Ray Rout, we discuss all sorts of stuff NFL news related every day. So don't forget, I appreciate you watching me here, but you can get a lot more information in these little links here. Don't forget, check out the description below, because at the very bottom of that description is where you can support my channel and help ensure that my content continues to be uploaded and broadcasted to you so that you know exactly what's going on in the NFL. Now let's get back to the video. Let's go to another AFC South team and their head coach, Frank Reich. 2 seasons. He's also 17-15. Winning percentage in the 2 seasons that he's been a head coach in the NFL. He's 1-1 in the playoffs. A lot of people like, well, last year Kyle Shanahan lost his starting quarterback early in the season. That's why they went 4-12. Well, guess what? Frank Reich lost his starting quarterback last year before the season even started, and they went 7-9. So, in my thought, there are a few very good young head coaches that have the potential to get up there, but it's still too early in their careers to really step in and say, these guys are the best, or going to be the best, or look like the best. They may have very similar aspects about them, and they may look good going forward, but we need more. We need more from them. You need at least 5 years to judge a head coach. 5 years. Now, players, you only need 2 or 3 years. 3 years you can judge a player. By the year 3, you're able to look at him and say, okay, this guy is at the point in his career where you should be able to see what he's able to do. A head coach, you need 5. Why 5? Because you need the first 3 years for that head coach to start to mold the team into what he wants. And that's what those first 3 years for Kyle Shanahan are. Molding the team. Same with Vrabel. Same with Reich. Vrabel and Reich, obviously only 2 seasons in head coaching, but we'll see. This next season and the year after is what we're going to see what Kyle Shanahan is made out of. People are now around the NFL, sees Kyle Shanahan, sees how he plays, sees how he coaches, see how he's molded his team, and they're going to react to that. That's when you're going to see the true grit. It looked very similar with, say, Sean Payton back when he first started head coaching. But he has continued to be innovative throughout the years of being a head coach. And that's why you could actually look at Sean Payton and say he's up there. He is up there with the echelon of the top 5 head coaches in the NFL. Belichick, obviously, has been doing it for years and years and years. We're about to find out what Belichick can do without Tom Brady. Now, it'll be interesting because he's got Cam Newton now. But I'm not saying Kyle Shanahan can't become that. I'm just saying he hasn't been a head coach long enough to officially say that he belongs there. You need 5 seasons. The first 3 seasons, like I said, that's him building his team, putting the team around, getting everything together. And then the 4th and 5th season, that's when you see. That's when you see it. Let's say in 2022, at the end of the 2020, let's say the end of the 2021 season, beginning of the 2022 season, after that Super Bowl of 2022. Let's say he's won a Super Bowl by then. Then you can start talking about it. At least that's how I feel about it. Because 3 seasons are just too early to be talking about guys like that. At least head coaches. Without a doubt, too early. Kyle's a good coach, but he's only seen 1 season of where he's had to deal with adversity. What happened when he had to deal with that adversity? The team went 4-12. 4-12 is not good. Frank Reich had to deal with that adversity last year. And what'd he do with that? He went 7-9. That's better with adversity. I'd like to see what Kyle Shanahan will do with, let's say his running backs. Let's say Kyle Shanahan's top 2 running backs get hurt throughout the season. I know he lost 1 in Breida for a while last year, but he had another good running back. Let's see what happens if a full complement of an entire position group gets hurt. Like last season, Frank Reich had the entire passing game hurt. He had starting quarterback gone, and the top 3 wide receivers were basically hurt for the entire season. Still ended up 7-9. Now, Kyle Shanahan, he bases his on the run game, and playing very good defense. What if his run game gets hurt? Better yet, what if his top 3 receivers gets hurt? Do you think Jimmy Garoppolo's good enough to bring up the next tier 4, 5, 6 wide receiver well enough to where the teams won't just go all in on stopping the run? Because that's what will happen. That's when you'll find out if Kyle Shanahan's innovative enough to work around a deficiency. That's what we got to see. I think it's a good possibility. We just need to see it still coming up. Until next time, I'm Lawrence Owen with Sportscaster News, and I want you to have a good one.
Just because a player's not a household name doesn't mean we can't make him a household name.